This is Global Public News. I'm Braun Ironhammer. The final section of the Paris-Barcelona Hyperloop, the tunnel through the Pyrenees, will open today with fanfare on both sides and under the mountain. Officials from both France and Spain, as well as representatives of the Gathering of Clans, will be on hand. Large crowds are expected at either end of the tunnel for ceremonial ribbon cuttings and to cheer the first cars through. EU officials say the new level of cooperation with the GOC is even more important than the time the new route will save travelers. At a press conference, Windupon ambassador Dew on the Grass stated categorically that his people do not chase mice, and that Ambassador Gaines's overheard joke implying that they do was insulting and in poor taste. Ambassador Dew, who is a bard by profession and a former adventurer, gave a, quote, short statement that lasted over an hour and included 3 songs, 4 poems, and a limerick about a human and an alpaca. The audience of reporters and embassy officials applauded enthusiastically at its conclusion. General Mills has announced that over the next 6 months, boxes of Lucky Charms cereal will have actual Lucky Charms. A single marshmallow charm of each type will be enchanted with a luck spell that will give the eater 24 hours of enhanced luck. The Lucky Charms will be in specially marked boxes. General Mills also plans to continue to offer standard Lucky Charms for those who do not wish to participate. A human claiming the title of Rat King of Bristol posted a video to social media announcing his intention to, quote, secure his territorial birthright with his army of rats. Scientists suspect that the strange helmet he is wearing in the video may be responsible for the swarm intelligence of the Bristol rats. Officials in the United Kingdom say they are evaluating the validity of the claims and the video. This is Global Public News.
Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of Code 2050, episode 9. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Better now that all of you are here. Duh, like, what's up?
And before we get into all of the things, first introduce everybody. We've got below me, we got Jameer, played by Tempo. And below him, Bentham is playing Virgil. And then we got Enter Elysium playing Oxford. And below him is Random Tuesday playing Ziggy. And below her is our lovely and one and only DM, Mr. Kyokri. And this is going to be your cast for Code 2050, Episode 9. Before we get into that, we're going to have to go through all like the quick shillings. So hopefully we can get through this really quick since this is going to be a 2-hour show. So hopefully you guys all brought your snacks and you have enough for the rest of the class, because I think I would like some snacks. But before that, you guys can kind of like support us in many different ways. Obviously, the first place is Patreon. That is kind of how we pay everybody on our cast. If you go to patreon.com/roll4it, that is how we support everybody. And if you support us, you also get some cool stuff in return. We try to do our best. GM tier has a whole slew of things. I know that Random Tuesday's got a bunch of Avalon goodies coming soon. If you were watching that show, I think Steven still has a few things, doesn't he, as well, Bentham?
Yeah, there's a couple more Pirates things as well.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of character sheets as well for people to see at some point too, as well.
Yeah, so we got lots of goodies for GM tier. Party tier, obviously, we're going to continue giving you guys a whole bunch of goodies as well. And as we wrap up shows, we'll be giving you our character sheets and our background stories and things like that, so you actually get to see what we wrote, which can be pretty exciting. And then beyond that, we have our tiers where we actually like GM for you. We have that one, and that one is pretty crazy. We also have our hero tier where we make a whole bunch of newsletters. You can name NPCs. I know that EE's been using a ton of those NPC names. He needs more. So he's been killing off them all. So he's just needing more names.
I call it the hit list.
So we definitely appreciate all of the names that you guys have provided, and I think there's going to be a few more GM polls coming around the lines as well. Every month we put out a new one, so stay tuned for that. And beyond that, you're just crazy if you, I don't know, it's too many people. You guys are all nuts, but it helps us support us in so many different ways. And I know on the admin team we're going to be doing some revamping and stuff to make sure that, maybe we'll be able to do some more live shows, things like that in the future. So stay tuned for some more news that's coming down the line. I don't really think we have any news updates. So that's kind of nice for once, but soon there will be a bunch of news. You can also support us here on Twitch, and you can go to twitch.tv/Roll4It if you're watching this on YouTube, and you can come support us over here, give us a follow. That's a free thing that you can do, but if you do subscribe, you get some cool emotes, and I know that we have quite a few emotes along the way. I know I keep saying that, but soon, TM, there will be emotes. I know that we have a couple really cool ideas, and hopefully you guys like them. Beyond that, you can just follow us on social, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and make sure you don't miss out on any other future content that we're doing or crazy art or madness. You guys are insane. We really appreciate it, so thank you guys so much. Yeah, I think that's all we got. Thank you for all the support. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy ride. The fan art has just been insane. Like, I can't even get over how crazy it's been. So I think you just updated our fan art video too, right?
I did. I need to upload it again to the drive, so that's the thing I need to do. Thank you for reminding me.
I think he's been having the struggle with choosing what stays and what goes.
No, we've had so much fan art. If I ran it all together, it would be like 40 minutes. And I think each fan art is only on screen for like 5-10 seconds or something. So I've had to cut it down. It's down to 12 minutes now. And I was like ideally having it at 8 because it fits the break. But it's still 12 because I can't cut it. It's too good.
We have amazing talent in this community. I think someone just recently made a stuffed animal too of like Pecklink, which is just crazy. I don't know.
What?
Yeah. It's crazy. And I think she or he is planning on making, or them, I don't know who they are exactly. I can't remember the name. They're going to be making all the characters they wanted. They're like, well, if you guys don't mind, I'll make all the characters. I was like, you think we mind? No, we don't mind.
No, don't.
Are they going to use an actual soup can for Bubba?
Yes.
I don't know. But that would be pretty good.
They have to.
But yeah, just it's crazy. You know, we have so many people in our community who do amazing things for us. Also, the scribes over on Wiki, like we appreciate you guys so much. If people have questions, they're always like, hey, go to the Wiki, which is fantastic that we're able to just send people there, and it answers all the questions that people have.
It answers my questions. I go there, I'm like, what did I do again? I go there and I'm like, I'm not sure about this. And people have written, this is probably this. And I'm like, cool, it is now. Wiki is making
You can help rewrite the story when E doesn't remember. I think we need to all go to the Wiki really quick. No.
Yeah, like real quick. Yeah, all right. Refresh my memory, please.
Layla now has a lightsaber, and no. It's canon, guys. It's canon.
Layla died.
In the wiki.
Yeah. I am going to just send this on over to Kyokri to start us off with another episode of Code 2050. So thank you guys. Just another huge thank you to our community, who's amazing and helps support us in so many ways. And if you're new to our community, welcome. There are amazing people here. You are going to love it. So take it away, Kyo.
Okay. So when last we left our band of intrepid adventurers, they had managed to actually down a troll. Or not a troll.
There's a Minotaur. Yeah.
Down the Minotaur.
Actually, that's what the wiki said a troll, but I know. I remember. I remember.
Wait, does the wiki actually say
no.
troll? Oh, okay. It was definitely a Minotaur. Also, I remember his axe got like stuck in the ceiling.
Yeah, it was like scraping against the walls. And then somebody hogtied him to the ceiling.
Yours truly.
You managed to rescue Marguerite, Ruby's little sister, and that's where we left you guys off. So you guys are still standing in the hallway. You have an unconscious prisoner that you released sitting next to the Minotaur on the ground here. And what do you guys want to do?
GTFO?
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot the Minotaur in the head, didn't I?
I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
so.
Definitely dead.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
shot him a couple times. Like he's not the unconscious prisoner. He's just dead.
Yeah, I believe you used the words double tapped, Oxford.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we
I
like
think
it.
we just.
He's
We're
just a
just grabbing-
scared dude, and you just knocked him out.
No, I killed him. He saw us.
Oh, he knocked
No,
him
he's
out.
talking about the Minotaur, not the prisoner.
Oh, okay, the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
the prisoner.
yeah.
No, the prisoner needs to be
The
knocked out.
Minotaur, I'm
The
fine
prisoner
with you
can
killing. I thought you were saying you're killing the other guy. I was like, don't kill him.
live. No, not yet.
Not yet.
The prisoner made a deal. He can't get away. Can't break the deal. I must have the knowledge. I must know what's
That's how Virgil feels about it.
Virgil has picked him up and is carrying him out of the cave.
Good,
Okay.
because I'm not carrying him out. I have like -1 strength. I think
mean-
we're all gonna leave. Is that what
Yeah.
we're thinking? We don't want to stay
Rolling
in a
out.
dragon's nest for very long.
No,
All right, no
we don't want
problem.
him to realize that all that happened.
So as you guys make your way back out of the facility, one thing that probably crosses your mind is the goblin guards that you had tricked into exiting via the cavern are nowhere to be found. It doesn't look like they've grabbed any of your horses either. You do see some footprints just running straight down the beach. If you look down the beach from where you are, you don't see them. So it seems like they literally ran screaming down the horizon. So good job at that. But yeah, nothing's stopping you from remounting your horses and making your way back to the farm.
Did we do
And
the thing? Oh wait.
I assume Oxford is still doing like the crawling on the top as he
No,
leaves
I think we just need to get out now. So Oxford is
Yeah.
not. We need to
No.
just leave.
Yeah,
I was
think we're
really
running
hoping.
now.
I think the wiki said that he was, though, to be honest. So. All right, let's get out of here. Let's
Yeah, we're legging it.
get
Skedaddle.
out of here. Let us get out.
Skedoodle-daddle.
We need to get out of here.
Felicity, on the way back, Ruby's going to kind of sidle up to you with her horse. And she just says, listen, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. What you guys have done means so much to me and my family. If there's anything I can ever do for you guys, please don't hesitate to ask.
Did you just go like this?
That is.
I was joking.
Sure you are.
Sure. Totally.
Well, we try our best to help out where we can, but not everyone is motivated by helping others. So, I don't know about our new comrades here, but definitely extra pay is always beneficial.
Oh, like I said before, I can definitely tweak the ledger, the adventure, and let you guys some extra hazard pay for your work here.
And of course, 5-star ratings are always helpful. Can never say no to one of those.
Jameer actually pitches in and says, indeed, my rating needs the best and anything that he can get. Because clearly Jameer is riding on the horse behind
He's sitting in front of me.
Felicity. Yep, in front of you.
He's
So,
still on the horse. Oh, that's so
Your little
cute.
riding
I want
habit.
fan art of that.
Okay. So you guys managed to make it back to the stable without any further harassment. Cap's waiting there. She's got her male illusion back on, and she welcomes you guys back into the stable yard, and we'll start to put the horses away from you.
I'll help put the horses away as well.
As you're doing that, Felicity, you actually get an email ping on your smartphone.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Seems my phone's going off. She pulls out her phone.
It's an email from Josh Barron, the rep from Plaintext that you
The
guys
gnome?
had contacted.
Was it
No, not the gnome. This is the guy that the
the
gnome
gnome
had-
recommended to
Yeah.
to translate the thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh.
So all you get back is a response that says this.
Oh,
Item
God.
number 301283, audio surveillance set. 20 millimeter sending unit with paired earpiece, range 5 kilometers, single plane only. Created by Leandra Ribeiro, Sao Paulo 2047, sold and delivered. Client 83673, 58 Faubourg Saint Honore, or Honore, 75019, Paris, in July 2048.
I'm going to forward this along to the rest of the group and specifically call out Virgil in that message and be like, Virgil, you think you can figure out what this data means?
I can take a look at it. So what
Um,
is this from?
And then I give you
So-
some... I'll just send him some other details that we have from the. This is the recording that was on the chip, right?
This is the information from the ledger that you guys had found that the gnome was trying to not let you see, but you managed to convince him to
that
let
he
you.
should maybe let me see it.
Yeah. So these were sent to the encryption service that encrypts the gnome storekeep's ledger for them. This is a list of the purchaser of the coin, of which half of is embedded in the back of Evan.
Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna go talk to you, and because I feel like that's gonna be a lot to translate in a message. I'm probably
Okay.
before I send it.
This?
Gonna go talk to you, then send it.
Yeah, Jameer just says,
So, I guess I'm in the
Felicity must
stall.
have had a hacker on her phone again.
I guess I'm in the stall, and I'm like, actually, I really do need to take this. This is a kind of an important matter.
No problem.
And I'm gonna leave her and find the rest of them, and specifically looking at Ziggy and Jameer and being like, looks like I got a response on that translation, and I'm gonna send it to them first. Think new comrades could help.
Where has Ziggy been this entire time?
So Ziggy's hanging out with her parents back in Paris.
And she's getting this information over text.
Yeah, you're getting it over text.
Okay.
I realized that you're not with us, and I was like, oh, I probably need to message you guys
Gonna
first.
FaceTime her.
I was just like going into it, and I was like, wait, this is a weird situation. Never
They
mind.
wouldn't know, yeah. They'd just be
This
like,
is not our full party, so I need to first talk to them.
I think that would be okay. Do we trust them? Do you trust them?
I don't know if
That's
it's a
a-
matter of trust. I think it's a matter of Virgil has some talents that I think
Yeah. And,
we don't have the skill in. Let's put it lightly.
and they seem to be quite interested in this bomb case as well. So I believe, judging from, we had a bit of a adventure that we were on that you had missed, Ziggy, but they seem to be quite trustworthy.
Also, how you feeling, Zig?
Yeah, how are your parents doing?
My
Well,
parents
how are you
doing
feeling?
I'm fine. Some minor bruising. They told me I might have a concussion, but that's never stopped me before.
Oh, goodness gracious. I hope that someone's watching over you.
I don't really subscribe to religion, so maybe?
You don't subscribe
Well,
to
perhaps
what?
even your, your parents even. Hope they took good care of you. That was quite
They are
scary
very
back there.
good.
You know, you need to stop running into these situations, Ziggy. You know, I understand.
Do you want me to walk into them?
Perhaps you should parkour into them. That's all I was recommending.
Saunter slowly like some pedestrian?
I'm gonna put a whistle emoji in the chat and then be like, bringing it back to the main conversation here. Do you two think that we should loop them in?
I believe
think
they
there
are.
enough ideas.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty concerned with the same matters that we are.
I'll check with them first,
That is a
and
yes.
I'll let you know if we end up sharing that information, Zig. Take care of yourself.
We'll see you soon.
And then we're gonna go talk with Virgil and Oxford then.
Okay.
Oxford is working on repairing his suit. Start gouging it.
Would you like to roll with your sartorial tools?
Yes, I would.
The one.
24.
Jeez, that's pretty
Wow.
good.
All right, so you guys go back and you see Oxford just like blindingly fast weaving this little piece of thread in and out of a suit and back and forth in different directions, and it looks like his suit didn't even get thrashed by a minotaur at all. Like, you see no signs of any of the trauma that he could have had.
You know, I never
Except
asked
the
this
fact that
before.
he's
How
topless.
attractive is Oxford?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he is topless right now because his shirt
Ooh.
and his waistcoat and his jacket were all, like, stabbed. So he's topless. He's quite attractive. Like, he's not a Dorito, but
Lauren described somebody as a Dorito the other
I
day.
did not
way.
make this up. It is on Tumblr. I will
It is a
post a
thing.
link
I
in our
don't
chat.
read Tumblr.
A Dorito. This is
no,
a good thing.
term.
Like that's like the body type, right? Like
Yeah.
The triangle.
okay.
I
Not
don't know
like
if it's a
that
good
makes
thing. It's
Not
like you
like-
skipped leg day. That's what I call it.
I thought it was like to the complexion, like I don't know.
Orange? Like you're orange?
Like
What?
you know when you go for that spray tan and it just ain't what you signed up for, you know?
No, that's
You're like,
when you've been tangoed.
okay. That's what I thought. That's the first thing that I thought. If somebody's a Dorito, then clearly they
No,
you know,
she
they
meant the
picked
shape,
the wrong.
not the color. of the-
Okay, just to clarify.
I'm posting it on our Discord. All right.
We need to understand. Okay, so
on a logarithmic scale.
Oxford
from
is not a
minus five to-
Dorito, just
Okay,
in any
Oxford
of the
is like
senses.
A 3 on the logarithmic scale or like a 4 on the non-logarithmic scale.
So you're average.
Well, if 3 is average on a non-logarithmic scale, he's 4.
Okay.
He's barely above average.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Solid 6.5 out of 10.
You know, you just gotta know.
He's no
Right.
Jameer.
Wait, if it's out of 10, if it's out of 10, are we talking like the like IGN review scale? 6.5 is kind of crap.
Hey, you know, well, it's above 5. It's not quite 7.
I'm gonna post this in both conversations.
Okay, so let's just agree the rating scales, you know, it's actually subjective. So
He's more like a Pringle, is what he's trying to say.
I love Pringles.
Pringles are pretty good.
Yeah, they're
okay,
pretty delicious.
yeah, there you got
The
competition.
problem is
Oh,
that
right.
He loves Pringles.
once you eat one Pringle, you just
Once the pop, the fun don't stop.
You just have to keep eating them. It's a problem.
I'm just gonna not think about that right now.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, Q. I think we went off on a tangent.
Really?
But this is like this is important for the show.
So paint
though.
us the picture. He's sewing his lovely jacket.
Yep. And you can't even tell that any damage was done to his suit. He has done a perfect job of repairing this thing. It's very impressive.
Wow, Jameer's impressed. Like, wow, you are as quick with your hands as you are on the draw, my friend.
Well, yes, it does come in helpful. Chap just put it perfectly. More like Chris Pine than Chris Evans. There we go. It's the Chris scale. The Chris scale
The
of
Chris scale.
That's the Chris scale.
Oh god.
it,
Close to the
I
crisp
find it does-
scale.
Oh, the crisp scale. I do find it comes in helpful sometimes. I only had 3 of these with me.
Indeed. Well, if I ever have any kind of issue with the bandana that has been torn apart, perhaps you can help me sew it back together as well.
Yeah, the bandana you used on like the Minotaur, did that like stay with the Minotaur, or is it just a? How does that work? Because I would have
Yeah.
grabbed that bandana if it stayed on the Minotaur.
I totally forgot to bring it back. It's still tied. That
Can I-
poor
can I-
guy. That poor thing
I
is still
was-
hanging there right now.
Can I have him remember to grab it because it's on the Minotaur and I was right next to the Minotaur?
Yeah, we can retcon that.
Sure. In which case, like, I pull out the bandana from inside my my jacket. Oh, I think you dropped this.
I this is like I have never used it before. Grab it.
Well, it came in somewhat useful.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone quite use a bandana like that in combat.
Yes, this is another useful skill that I have learned in my life. One of the many useful things that I can do.
It's impressive. You should see what Virgil can do.
He seems quite like an impressive fellow as well. Very, very much in tune with the technology as well. So I may have to pick his brain one of these days.
We're actually looking for him. Is he not with you?
Who knows?
Is he not with you like right now? Or are you just sewing your thing?
With the thing.
I'm probably like nearby.
Nearby.
He's probably in the corner studying his datapad, waiting for the unconscious guy to wake up to ask him questions.
Okay.
Generally, yeah. If he's not moving, then he's looking at his datapad thing.
Okay. Actually, we were wondering if we could have a chat for a moment with the two of you.
Sure.
Well, you see, we've been doing a bit of research on these, well, what we've been calling bombies these days. Situation that happened the other night.
Oh, good. We're getting back to this.
So you seem to be concerned with the bombs as well before? It was something that piqued your
Absolutely.
interest? Okay.
There's clearly some sort of plotted work here. Plenty to learn.
Well, one of our other party members had a bit of a bout, and we've been trying to figure out how to wake him up. He had a... What is it? A coin? It's a coin, right?
He had a coin lodged in
He
between
had a coin stuck in his back, lower back.
lower
Yeah.
back area.
Sacral spine.
Yeah.
That sounds like an interesting medical condition.
It is quite an interesting condition. Granted, it's magical. Some type of spell of some sort. And we have been unable to awaken him. But we have gotten gotten some information. The problem is that we're kind of at a standstill now. I had a ledger translated, and I think we could be of some usage for not only you, but in return, we'd love some information that you can attain as well.
I'm good at acquiring information. I can give you what you need.
Well,
I
considering you
figured so
just said
much.
something about there being some sort of widespread magical artifact, conspiracy, bombies, danger, I think Virgil will, let's just say that Virgil is interested in that sort of thing.
Well, let me toss you this information. And I send you over the original, which is like a sheet of paper, a picture of a paper with some writing in a different language, and then the translation, which is what is in chat there.
What language
Right,
is it?
It's in common.
No, the original. The one that we couldn't read.
The
We had to get
original ledger?
translated.
Oh, it was just encrypted. It wasn't
Oh,
written.
it's ciphered. Okay.
Matrix.
Okay. Alright, Virgil looks through it. What can he learn?
Okay.
I get
So-
everyone tea.
You'll actually find some information on Leandra Ribeiro. She's a very gifted enchanter from Brazil. The other information you find is the address, the 58 Faubourg, actually shows up in a pretty simple search, and it comes up with the following business name: Grimblade, Anvil Granite, and Brewbeard Importers. They're a company that does business outside of or inside of Paris. A lot of exchanges of dwarvish goods for mostly luxury EU foodstuffs. The Paris office is actually the only office they have outside of clan territory. Clan being the gathering of clans. Most of the dwarves in the EU are centered around the Pyrenees.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems that someone bought a bug for the purposes of surveillance. I know who made it. I know where it went. I suppose that the next thing to do is investigate that address.
Sounds good. Think there's any cameras nearby now that you could probably spot? Just so
I
we
think
know
we're in the
what we're
wrong
getting
country.
ourselves into.
For that.
Yeah, you guys are kind of
Where's
out in the
the-
middle of nowhere in Monaco right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in a mountain range or whatever. Left
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, maybe once you
Oh,
get closer to normal civilization, you'll be able to hop
Hey,
on
she's still gonna
Wi-Fi.
ask.
once we're close, I can take a look. Doesn't seem like the sort of place that would want a listening device. It could be a front or something.
Well, if Ziggy is feeling better, she's still in Paris, isn't she? She could
Yeah.
do some cursory surveillance before we get there.
I'll check with her. we were just chatting with her before to see if she was interested in having the two of you come along with us. Again, thank you for that. She's been pretty valuable on our team.
Well, she recognized the bomb and the bad guy and pulled me down. I think I owe her at least.
Well, he's been a bit of a pain in our butt, if you could say the least.
Clearly, Evan could say the most.
Well, unfortunately, he can't even wake.
At this point.
But if we check out this location, maybe we'll get a little bit closer to figuring out what's happened to him.
I think it'll definitely help. Knowledge is power. We will gain more of it with everything we investigate.
He says that a lot.
Okay.
Is Ziggy okay, by the way?
Last
Yeah,
we
she
chatted,
seems to be
it
good.
Seems she's alright. Probably not taking the precautions she should be. But then again, she never does.
She had a concussion. She took a nap.
She took a,
woke up.
just a bit. Yeah, but she woke up. She's doing better than Evan, that is for sure.
In our line of work, when you're self-employed, it is hard to take time off.
Ziggy never takes time off. She's always on the job.
Except for she's been on vacation a lot lately. She's been like chilling with her parents.
Literally.
She
Or-
keeps getting hurt, and then
Can
she
I-
has to stay with her parents. Is what's happened
She's always, yeah.
multiple times.
How many buildings have
She's jumping buildings over
maybe exploded in Paris that may be a result of eco-terrorism? Out of curiosity, how many factories are down?
He's just trying to like cover up for Ziggy
Yeah.
to the other two. Jamiris.
Her parents
Of
have just like
course.
converted a room to like a hospital room because whenever she's visiting, it's because she's seriously injured.
And then Ziggy has converted the hospital room into like a bomb-making room.
Yeah.
No, it's
There's,
probably like one of those like play places. It just has a bunch of stuff to jump around in, like a ball pit.
Oh gosh.
There has been one more unexplained explosion inside of Paris. It doesn't seem to be attached to the bombies.
Oh.
Jameer would also know that her social media feeds have been very active.
Yes,
A
absolutely.
lot of like,
Virgil
"Look
would
at me,
also
something
know
else
that.
is missing, no!"
Virgil is aware. He's annoyed.
There's like
Yeah, man.
bandages.
See, as I said, she's never slacking.
Just like scrolling through social media, like if someone like me wanted to kill her, it would be very easy.
Can
Really
certainly
need to-
try.
You can certainly.
As long as you can catch me first.
I don't know. She
Well.
seems somewhat competent, Virgil. I give you about a 60% chance.
Oh,
Rude.
doesn't- yeah. I was like, that's not.
I'm
that
not so much the actual assassination type.
Well, let's
So-
hope that that's never the case.
Yes, we are going to be working together here. And, Ziggy and I, some would say, are people that you're just going to have to learn to love.
Jameer said that about himself.
Nag yourself.
Always there for my friends.
Understood.
All right, well, in that case, let us be off.
Yeah.
And,
So,
So
I
the
can't remember.
prisoners-
Did you bring your car, Oxford?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
drove.
oh, Oxford did,
Yeah.
yeah.
we
Okay.
drove in his car.
All right.
So-
Super
prisoners-
fast.
There were
Ooh, we're not bringing them with us, are we?
yeah,
well, there were two-
Ruby's going to rent a car for her and Marguerite, and she's just
there were
going
the
to
two.
head back to Paris. She actually says, we're actually going to have to try to bring Marguerite underground for a while, at least until friggin' loses interest in her. Although that may take quite some time.
Is
Well, they
That is
have 4
understood.
different angles to follow, so it should hopefully keep them a little bit too distracted to get anywhere.
Hmm.
Thank you
Alright,
for your work
then.
with the cameras back there, by the way.
And you
So
keep a good
it's-
watch on her as well. You keep a good watch on her, okay? Your family first. You must keep them close.
I will.
Never keep your eyes off them.
She's gonna give you guys all hugs before she leaves,
Aw.
or attempt
How
to
much,
anyway.
how much is a hotel per night?
Depends on how fancy the hotel is.
Medium fancy?
Probably like 5 silver a night.
Okay, I give her enough for like 30 days of a hotel. So 15 gold.
Nice.
Thank you. You don't need to do this, you know.
I'm aware.
Thank you. And her rental car will pull up out in front of the house, and her and her sister climb in, and they drive off.
All right.
So there were 2 gamblers that were also prisoner in there. Do they just run off?
I
Or
believe
they,
you guys
like-
left them in there. I don't think you freed them.
Oh, we took
No, we
did
freed
free-
everybody.
I unlocked
Yeah,
the-
you
We've had
freed
this conversation
everyone,
multiple times.
but-
Everybody was freed.
But he clocked the other guy, the poor
That's right. Okay, so
disgruntled.
the other 2 guys made a break for it while you were fighting the Minotaur, and you haven't come across them yet.
That's fine then.
Yeah, they
Conscious of the
booked
mind
it.
that, like, the more the 4 different people are spread out, the better for everyone involved, I think.
Well,
How
I
long
just
do you think that,
drive them to the
fellows?
edge of Monaco and dump them in the countryside and let them walk the rest of the way, but this makes it simple.
Well, if they're
How
getting
long-
away on foot, they'll take the longest, and so, well, they'll move the shortest distance. They're more likely to be found and perhaps assumed to be the ones responsible.
How long you think this fellow's gonna be before he wakes up?
Hopefully sooner rather than later, because I definitely don't want to carry him around for too long, but I would like to know what he knows before we leave him.
I would like to use a medicine test on him then to try and wake him up.
All right, go ahead.
I will get a use out of this proficiency.
If he wakes up,
Chat
do
would
make
like
sure
to
he
know
doesn't
why
go
you want to
anywhere.
imprison
9.
everyone, Keo.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
boy.
what's that?
So the chat would like to know why you want to imprison everyone. Because
Imprison.
you keep putting them back in there, and we keep saying, no, we freed everyone.
It's like, no.
Control. Everything is control.
The EE effect is bleeding.
You slap him around a little bit, Oxford. He doesn't seem to react to it all the way. He goes like,
Oh, don't worry, this is a tried and tested medical technique.
and yeah, his head just kind of plods back down onto the ground.
Oh, it seems it's a little bit more serious. Maybe I hit him a bit too hard.
All right, well, can I actually try it as well? But I'm gonna like use the used bandana and like put it over his face to try to wake him up.
Sure.
Wait, you're going to smother him with a bandana?
Not smother him, just put it over. Maybe the stank from the Minotaur will give him a nice jolt.
Oh, God. Oh.
Yeah, I thought
I
you
don't
were
know
gonna.
what this is.
I was like, what are you
So it's
doing?
like, try and wake him up smelling salts?
Yo, nah. Would this be? I mean, I don't know if this is medicine or survival or what. Maybe survival.
No, let's do medicine. See how that goes.
Damn. I mean, survival. This is a tactic that I've used many times in the wild. All right, medicine it up.
Okay. So you kind of wave your headband under like it's smelling salt, and the stench, like the musk from the Minotaur, he just like inhales it deeply into his unconscious nose, and his eyes just jolt open. He goes, oh.
I slap him once to
Make
make
sure
sure
he's-
Said.
But where am I? Who?
Make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I hold him down with the bandana as well. Like,
Oh,
Don't-
by the way, I'm disguise selfed as anything. What, like, to make sure that he doesn't see my real face.
Okay.
okay.
What? Where am I?
Everything is okay. Just breathe.
Stay calm,
he-
sir. It's gonna be all right.
You can
I'm
see his
like
eyes
set
like
in front.
darting back and forth between all of you.
Sets in front, arms folded. I'm like, we made a deal. I give you freedom if you give me knowledge.
The deal. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Nate did make a deal. But what knowledge?
Everything about the particular job that you were doing that got you into that cell.
I would like to use detect thoughts on him again while he's answering his questions.
Okay.
I used it before, and all I got was mumble jumble because he kept yelling in his head. But
Well, what are you looking? Are you basically just trying to do this as like a like a lie detector kind of thing?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of just trying to see what he's thinking while he's answering whatever Virgil's saying.
So the one thing that you keep getting, Felicity, you'll recognize this as he begins explaining this. An image of someone familiar to you from your past keeps showing up in his head, and Virgil, he's still like, I was trafficking humans across the med. It was for Delinar Bernard. I lost the shipment and
Wait.
the dragon.
What name did you just say? Did you just
Del-
say
Delinar Bernard.
Virgil's already Googling that.
Jameer's like, did
Her
you say
face-
trafficking humans?
You just see her face, and like she is pale. Like she's very white. She becomes even more pale than she has ever been, ever. And
I
like
wind up my watch.
her heart just like sinks when the name is brought up.
Jameer looks over and says, is something the matter, Felicity?
Just keep asking him questions, Virgil. And she kind of like backs off.
So you were trafficking humans?
Yes, for transportation to the Americas. I lost the shipment. He threw me in that cell, and oh God, the Minotaur.
Oh, don't worry,
Wait.
he's dead.
He's here?
No. I was going to meet him in New Orleans.
Where in New Orleans?
Shipment. Canal Street, Canal and Bourbon.
Hey, I was there last week. That's okay. Back to the story.
Is he... When he's supposed to meet him there?
It was months ago now.
What were the humans for? Did you know?
No.
I know
Best
what he's doing
not
with
to
them.
ask.
Who are you getting them from? Or was that simply you were given them and told to take them to a certain place?
The dead drop. No witnesses.
I certainly agree with that.
How did you fail in the delivery?
They broke out at the border, stopped for coffee, was falling asleep, and came back out to the van. The doors were open. Oh God. Oh no.
And that's how you get on the wrong side of a dragon.
Yeah, yes. Please, you have to hide me. Please.
So you're trafficking them against their will?
I needed money. Bad gambling debts. I needed the money. I'm so sorry.
There's other things you could do than that. This is... disgusting.
What's it all?
So sorry. And he grabs his knees in and pulls them into his chest, and he just starts rocking on the ground, kind of like how you guys found him in his cell.
What's your name?
Nate.
I say you let him rot.
I can take Nate a little way away from here and dump him in the countryside, and he can make his way from there.
Okay. He's not going to fight against you at all.
Ooh.
Are we done with him?
But Jameer is like, well, he does seem to be quite regretful of his actions. I do always see the good in people, but I understand that what he did was pretty despicable. I mean...
Oh, well, if he's out in the wild, it means less chance of the dragon going after us in particular. I think we've learned everything we can from him.
And Jameer with like a look on his face, kind of like, let's say, he's not really sure, but he will agree with his friends and say, all right, I know there are people. I've met a lot of people that have done very bad things, but deep down, at least, they've had a shot of redemption.
Well,
But
Jameer, if you want to come with me, we can escort him together, just in case it's trouble.
yes, I would appreciate that.
Bundle him to the car.
Right. You fulfilled your part of the deal, Nate.
And he just very quickly nods and continues rocking.
Well, it'll take us about half an hour back, so if you want to do research for an hour, we'll be back shortly.
Where are you gonna take him
All right.
exactly?
Said we'd dump him in the middle of the countryside and just give him some directions.
Okay. Virgil, as you kind of dig deeper into what you can find out about the company, one thing that you do see, the plans for the building are actually publicly available. It's a medium-sized single-story brick building. The whole area used to be like a light industrial kind of section of town. They got a front door on the main street, and there's also a door in the alley in the rear. Flat roof. There's a couple skylights from some pictures that you see on Google Maps, and it's also got a basement that's the same size as the first floor. And it actually shows an old access tunnel that led to the building next door.
Okay, I'm like, skylights, Oxford's favorite.
It also shows this like decades old catacomb entrance that ran through that whole area, but the plans now show it as having been blocked, probably due to public reconstruction.
Is there like much sign of business happening there, or is it like weirdly quiet? Like maybe it's just a front.
So you can actually connect into the Parisian public camera system, most of the traffic cams. There's one at either end of the street. What you'll see is that there are indeed dwarves like going in and out at various points during the day. You can kind of fast forward through. Most of the time, a van will pull up to the curb. A couple crates will come out through the front, load into the van will drive off. A little while later, a different van might come back, have a couple crates, take it back in again. Can you roll a perception check for me?
Okay. To see if I quickly spot the thing that presumably happens at some point, as I'm fast forwarding. I get a 5, so I don't see anything.
Are you coordinating with Ziggy since she's in town?
Oh yeah, you can do that.
I guess-
Ziggy, would you like to?
No one asked Ziggy to go anywhere. She's
I know, but he said
informed.
he was gonna.
Yeah,
You contact her?
Ziggy of
He did some physical like.
I'm in the middle of a coffee.
Well, when you're done with it, we have a place for you to look at.
Okay, fine. Where is it?
I send
And
like
She heads there.
sat-nav directions.
All
I
right.
think yeah, I send like driving sat-nav directions that like go around corners and obey roads and stuff, and she probably ignores those.
These are useless to me. She looks at it on her phone and then draws a straight line between points and just starts running.
This section of town, Ziggy, you're actually very familiar with. It's a part of town that a lot of the parkour experts love because all of the building roofs are almost even. Like they're all like
That's so good.
almost carbon copy
But it's
in
kind
like
of
light
boring.
industrial buildings for like 3 or 4 blocks squared.
And this
you
is
can-
the Grimblade, right?
Yep.
Cool. Ziggy will also do perception and look around before she approaches.
Okay, go ahead.
What does she see
So
with the 23?
the thing that really sticks out to you more than anything else is they appear to have a private security camera outside of the both front and rear entrances that are hardwired, which is a little unusual. They also have both keypads and biometric scanners on every door. The doors themselves seem very robust to you for just a light manufacturing business. And The weird thing that you notice is that it's always 2 crates leaving and 2 crates coming.
Okay, so always 2 crates are leaving and always 2 are arriving.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like the same or are they different?
You can't really get too close without being too obvious. But all the crates look very similar.
What does the roof look like?
Roof is flat. There are 3 skylights up there, but it's all frosted over glass.
Okay. She's gonna try and get on one of the roofs. Is there an obvious route or some sort of route that she could go that doesn't put her in direct line of the cameras?
Yeah, the cameras aren't watching the roof at all.
Okay. She'll send some information about like those 3 things, like hardwired cameras, keypad biometric, and 2 crates leaving, 2 crates arriving. And like just in 3 quick text messages, and then just starts running across the roofs sneakily. Quiet running. Do you want stealth? Or
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth for me. Just to make sure you don't stick out too much.
Oof, that was not a good stealth roll.
This episode, we save Ziggy.
Yep.
So once you get onto the top of the roof, and
She
you get a
sees someone
closer,
else doing parkour. Oh, hello!
I wouldn't be surprised.
there is actually another parkour artist, kind of, just doing long jumps between the buildings and generally just taking a shortcut, just like you would. The one thing that you notice though, as you get closer to these windows, they are not glass. They look like some sort of like reinforced plastic almost.
Oh, like
Can't really identify it.
metal.
They're frosted, so it's definitely still, not metal, but it. You don't think that you could break this without making a lot of noise.
That's fair. And I assume they don't have any sort of like obvious locker entrance mechanism on the outside.
Right? Yeah, nothing up top.
Ziggy would probably, knowing that the cameras are hardwired in, she'll make the offer that she can try and like cut the connection. She can't hack for shit, but she can break stuff. That she can cut the connection when they get here. And that's probably something like with a little bit of rope and a lot of abseiling down, she can get above the cameras and cut the wire. Because it looks like those are the only 2 ways in and out. Unless anyone feels like tunneling.
So they usually do have a guard stationed out front and out back in the alley as well by the front door.
She can do
But you can try to sneak over the edge if that's what your compatriots want.
She's gonna wait until they want to do, because there's no point taking out the cameras now without everyone else going inside, because like she's not gonna go unless they want her to go in. She'll be like, do you want me to go inside? There will probably be guards.
We can wait till we're all gathered.
How long are you going to be? Should I stay on this roof or should I go get another coffee?
Yeah.
We're quite a way away, right? It's gonna be
Yeah,
hours.
you're a few hours away.
You could get the.
A very large coffee.
Yeah.
I could maybe cut it to
Vente.
an hour away.
Ziggy practices some parkour and then invites the other parkour artist to be like, there is this lovely cafe we should go to.
Right. They happily
nuts.
accept. They're all about it.
Thanks to me, because I've been posting your videos online and they would just kill to have a
Blowing
coffee with you. Blowing up.
But first,
Ziggy
she tells them
Stardust.
to wait, take a video. That's the trick. You
Nice.
get a ping as Ziggy posts another video.
Nice.
I'd like to send a message like, we can literally see the building you're casing in the background. This is not secure.
And the how many other people are doing parkour here? This is part of my cover. If they think I am supposed to be here, then they will not think I am not supposed to be here. I am much less suspicious this way. Is this not my first time breaking into a building to destroy it? Delete. This is not my first time breaking into a building.
Fine, we'll be
Awesome.
back as soon as we can, and then we can go further with the operation.
Jeez, are your pants on too tight?
I like security. I like people to not know where I am, to kill me, like dragons, etc.
Oxford can attest that he did ask for an extra size down in the pant region.
Thank you.
Nice.
Oh dear.
So Ziggy will kill time until you guys arrive.
Cool.
Okay.
Speaking of killing time, me and Jameer and Nate are going to take...
I would like to go along as well. Or maybe even persuade Jameer to let me go alone with you. Pending if Jameer
Yeah.
wants to go or not.
Yeah. Jameer is down for it. But then Jameer looks at Felicity and says, "You looked very disturbed when the name Delanar," and he says the name actually, Bernard was mentioned.
Name from the
is
past.
And it's like, well, I just want to make sure that you feel comfortable as well. This man, I mean, I don't believe he is in connection with him, but if he's someone that hurt you in the past, this man is who we need to hurt, not Nate.
You think we should help him?
Not necessarily help him, but I believe to set him on a path. And then he... My cat just kicked my door open. sorry. This is oh my
Did
god,
your
that
cat
scared me.
scream, Baka!
Oh my, okay, that scared me. Sorry. But no, but he actually, Jameer is gonna say, you know, it is not about helping him, but more so to make sure that he uses this kind of as a lesson.
I don't
And-
think these types of people learn any lessons, Jameer. Look,
Sometimes
I know what his situation was.
Oh.
And I know people that have been in that situation. And all of them have dark pasts. Whether he feels bad about what he's done, he's still done some horrible things, I'm sure of it.
Well, I have also done some horrible things in my life, and just the fact of being able to see that there is a ray of hope or light in someone, and to turn them is definitely one pursuing. And if you can change it, then
What if
so
you
be it.
can't
But
change it?
at least it is something to be tried. Even show that compassion would at least show that one that there is a bit of hope. But it would hurt me to say that I didn't try. Or I feel some kind of empathy for this man. Not
Well,
because of what
maybe
he's
you have a
done.
different type of soul than I do, Jameer. And I cherish that. But I've seen things. And I know things. And I can't forget.
Understood. I perfectly understand. And then Jameer will actually talk to Nate and put his hand on his shoulder and say something like, look, I realize you've done some things in your past, and just the way that you're reacting, it's going to break you down inside, and I can see you're deeply distraught about it. But use this time that we give you, and the time that you were rotting in that cell, to never do that again, to ever feel that way, or else you will be set.
I won't. I promise.
And then he kind of...
Felicity's gonna, like, look into his eyes straight deep in his eyes and be like, have you really, though?
Roll insight for me.
I'm prepping the car outside at this point.
Yeah.
"21." And as she looks into his eyes and says that, she says, if you were in the same situation you were in before, in debt, needing money, would you not try something like that again?
No, never. and you can see like a look of fear in his eyes. Both like he seems to be very intimidated by you, but he's really being truthful. Like it seems like he's been scared straight by this whole situation, and he just wants out in the worst way possible.
Mm.
Then Jameer like looks at Felicity and is just like looks back at him, at Nate, and is like just wondering.
It's just like awkward silence.
Yeah.
That's what happens until Oxford comes up with the car.
Okay.
I put my head into that stage and I'm like, so we're ready.
Yeah, I believe we are ready to go. The man shall have some time to think. He's had enough time to think, but the walk will also give him a bit more.
Okay. I drive for about half an hour to somewhere like really secluded, probably like slightly forested, out of the way. Okay, Nate. I get out the door, open the door, coax him out.
Just like boots him to this. Get out of my car! You stink.
This guy is like totally defeated at this point. He doesn't resist anything you guys are trying.
Okay.
So
I like move up next to him and I like point and I say, right, if you walk that way, it's about 20 miles to the border, and well, there's a chance you'll make it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
For a second chance at least. And he's gonna start like kind of low hunching, hobbling out into the woods.
As soon as he takes one step, I'm gonna raise my watch and I shoot him with a dart.
I was gonna firebolt him.
What does this dart do?
Actually, at the same time, I also throw a fireball at him. You just see from inside the car.
Yeah, he's not going to be.
I think I
expecting
missed
this
my
at all.
fireball.
No, that's still more than enough to hit this guy. He's completely unarmored. He's just like a regular dude.
You got plenty of time to aim.
So Oxford, you see the dart like hit him right in his lower back abdomen, and he like reels up in pain and is like holding his lower back. And then Felicity, your fireball just collides with the back of his foot, and he doubles over and rolls into the woods, like off the side of the road.
And I think like Felicity gives a look over at Oxford as well. And for those asking my alignment, I'm chaotic, so I was gonna kill him. That's why I was coming out there. I was gonna try to be ninja about it, but I was gonna do it.
But I'm just like, yeah. Jameer like looks with this look of like, look. Well, I did not expect that.
Look, Jameer, some people don't deserve forgiveness. I guess Oxford's outside because you're like coaxing him, and I was
like one step away from the car. I was
okay.
right.
I thought you were going out there.
Yeah. Well, Jameer says like, well, I mean, I would not mourn his loss, but I do, at least do. I did feel perhaps there was a chance, but
all
I
it
guess
takes for evil to triumph is the good people to do nothing.
And in some cases, that is how I live my life as well. Well, not do nothing, but like, you know, I've done, like I said, I do many bad things on a daily basis, but I did see a little bit of hope in this man. That is all. I won't mourn his death.
Earlier, he talked about trafficking people. He didn't say that he was sorry about it or he apologized in any way. He just said that he was unhappy about what had happened to him. All of his terms were, I am sad that this has happened to me. He didn't think about anyone else, so I doubt any compassion will be thought by him.
Where he did say sorry.
It was an afterthought. That was an afterthought. I wasn't there for the conversation that they had later.
Yep.
This is a pot kettle sort of case.
Yeah. Well, Jameer, you know, he does say, you know, like he doesn't feel like remorse about it, but anytime that he does see something like that where he feels that there is some kind of a hope, he's just more so disappointed in the fact that it's like, well, there would never be any redemption for it. So the potential redemption is
when you're 8 years old and someone like that takes you from your family and sells you to somebody, And they make you do horrible things, Jameer.
Yeah,
I think you'll change your mind.
it is understood. But this man that you speak of, this Delinar, I feel nothing for him. I believe he is one of the people that need to be expelled from this world.
It's been a pet project of mine, and if you wouldn't mind helping, it's definitely something that I'd like to take care of as well.
Sorry, should I let you have this conversation alone? I can step away from the car for a couple of minutes.
It is all right.
That's fine. You
are now on the team, so kind of Jameer like shakes his head and is just like, "Yep." So back to our regularly scheduled.
It's so awkward.
Yeah, he's kind of because he can tell he's visibly like, a bit, but it's still not like this was no personal friend of Jameer, but it's more so like the empathy side of things when he truly sees it. Yeah. So there's like a that feel where he feels like the person. Well, let's say like but there's the puppet, the puppeteer, and then simply the puppets. So I feel like we have
everyone
taken
has
out
a choice,
the puppet.
though. You make the decisions that you want to make for yourself.
Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
You look rather shaken, Jameer. And Felicity, it looks like there's something troubling you. So on the way back, should we get ice cream? There was a...
Yeah, I'd rather stop at the bar, if anything. Perhaps we'll get one to go. We can stop at the store. We don't need to sit down. We need to meet up with Ziggy.
Well, if I drive back fast, we can probably get 10 minutes at the bar if you want.
It's all right. I'll drink in the car. Just don't tell.
I don't really allow drinks in the car.
For me, this one time, please. I'll even use a paper bag.
If you use a straw.
I will use a straw.
Felicity's oddly quiet and just kind of like staring out the window and not adding anything to the conversation.
Okay. All right. So I guess there'll be a quiet ride back into Paris.
When they pick Virgil up, Virgil looks at Oxford like, "So, you kill him?"
Yeah. I go get a cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we sort of made a deal, but it's a dead man walking anyway. Made a deal with a dragon and broke it, so...
I said that I would take him and he could try and make his way out.
I just did mention that you would be one of the people trying to stop him.
It's always in the details. Make sure you sign the contract. And I bring out cups of tea.
All right.
I'm also going to send a quick message to Ziggy with my glasses while I'm driving, which is probably totally illegal. I'm just send her a short message saying, Felicity's a little bit shaken by some recent business. You want to check that she's okay.
Yeah, I think Jameer, like on the way back, does at least try to console Felicity and like say, I believe. I know you can probably see where I was coming from, but I actually can start to at least empathize with those that were victims of the actual trade as well. I did not know you were one, or if there's something you would have kept from me, but you did seem visibly shaken.
It's not something you want to be telling everybody.
Absolutely.
Everyone has their story, their own past. Mine happens to have some dark spaces.
And then
I guess I'm sort of Virgil up front. Like, really, like, this is a really intimate conversation. We've known them for like 2 days, so...
Yeah. Well, Jameer makes sure to get 2 straws. How about that? And then you put it into his drink and then put it in the middle of him and Felicity so that they can sip it from like a scorpion bowl of some sort. Perhaps you need one of these as well. I think we all do.
Make sure I get like a towel and put the towel in between them in the car so that in case it drips, gets on the towel.
All right, so you guys will make it back to Paris in a few hours, and you'll be able to reconnect with Ziggy. So what is the plan with the
Ziggy
location?
scouted it, right?
Yep.
So I want to know all about the details. I think we're gonna probably head over there. And Ziggy's actually still over there, right? She's just getting coffee, so we're meeting her.
It's been a few hours. Has she been getting that much coffee?
She's like hyper caffeinated.
You guys ready?
Just bouncing between
She had to
buildings.
take a nap. She might still have a minor concussion.
I imagine she was like jumping between buildings and then just found like a useful like fire escape and was just like, I feel sleepy, and just napped on the fire escape.
Yep. And
Totally acceptable.
so she's just waiting. She's just gonna
Yeah.
chill in the area until you guys tell her you arrived.
All right.
Okay.
They want us to roll a d20 for spills.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a dexterity save.
Ooh.
Okay. That's def.
I don't.
This is a particularly sharp
This
turn.
is
and
gonna
it-
be pretty bad. Dexterity.
No.
save.
Well, how fast
I know
is
they were drinking. I don't take sharp turns. I know they're drinking. I go into every sharp turn very slowly. Accelerate.
All right. So you can make that with advantage then,
Okay,
since
so I can
Oxford is
roll one more time.
trying to
Okay.
give you a hand.
Okay.
All right.
We're actually as
It's
save.
under
Is
your
it just
saving
regular
throws.
dexterity?
So you have proficiency, inspiration
Just
under
save.
that saving throws, and you just click dexterity and do it with advantage.
Oh, okay, got you. I figured that's what it was. Oh, your boy's not gonna spell. Jameer is a pro.
Oh yeah. You guys,
Yeah,
you're
I
kind of like
was
tilting
not,
the
though. glasses
glasses back and forth around the curves that the Oxford's taking. Still make fantastic time on the way back too.
Nice. Are they like
I'm
bendy
gonna-
straws? Are they like the super swirly ones, like the fun ones, or?
Got like little cartoon characters on the head.
Jameer insisted when we stopped that he wanted the children's straws.
Yep.
They change
Absolutely.
color as the cold liquid goes through them.
Oh,
That's
don't bring that memory back. Those were so sick. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, by the way, if you don't remember.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag would like to be sponsored.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, we get back and we send a message to Ziggy with a location that we're at.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys can find a parking garage not too far from the location. As long as Oxford's okay with leaving a car there.
Is it a secure parking garage?
Yeah, all the ones in the city now are all automated. You walk in, token pops out, the car itself gets loaded onto like a loading mechanism, and that actually moves it into it's almost like a freight storage area.
Okay.
Fancy.
They have like bicycle storage like that in Japan now. This is just bigger. It's for cars.
Okay.
I think there are ones of those that exist somewhere.
Yeah, there's one
That
in
would
like
not surprise
Dubai
me.
or something. Like it's like just a tower of cars, and then they just bring them down, and like there's a
Yeah.
lift in the middle.
Really?
Yeah,
That is-
exactly.
That is pimp.
There was
Yeah.
a film with a fight scene in one of them. And they're just bouncing between cars as they're falling down and getting hurt.
Yeah, most of these buildings. This is like one of the posher parts of town. It's all the light industry has mostly been converted over into apartment buildings, like high-end apartment buildings, or like fancier luxury commercial fronts.
Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna park the car up,
Park
let
it.
everyone get out, let it go through the automated parking with me still in it, and then I'm gonna tie a bit of like fishing line from like one of the doors to like a support strut nearby. So if anyone gets our car out, that will be broken, and I can tell when we get back if someone's tried to use our car.
Okay.
And then I'm
Jameer
gonna-
hands Oxford a bandana and asks if he wants to use that to tie it. Like,
It's a little bit more obvious than I was planning. Thank you.
okay, no
I'm
problem.
gonna parkour down.
Haven't you got that one fitted with the usual tech yet? We'll just find it with a bunch of dead bodies around it.
Well, unfortunately, the last car, the Harp, has decided to give me a bit of a downgrade after what we did to that one.
You do treat your cars like you treat your suits.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment or a...
Well, except you're not good at repairing them.
I'm working on it.
Well memed. All right.
Because we're gonna walk to
Yeah, we're walking over to where we're gonna meet Ziggy at.
Okay.
Cafe.
Le café.
The cafe.
Le café.
Good. It took you forever. Where have you been? I had like
Monaco.
3 naps.
3 naps. How many coffees did you eat? Drink?
I do the coffee nap, but well, you drink an espresso, you take a nap for 30 minutes, and then the caffeine hits your system, and you're very awake.
That is a similar thing that I do with the vodka shot. You take 3 shots, fall asleep for 30 minutes, wake up, and let the alcohol hit. Yeah, see, we share the same kind of strategy.
Very similar.
Okay. Well, what have you found?
So they have a surprisingly elaborate and yet not technological system. Well, it is, but it's all hardwired in. They have a camera, there's hardwiring, they bring in 2 packages, and they always leave with 2. And they have a keypad and a barometric scanner. And on the roof, they have skylights that are not really so good for breaking into.
Well, then.
So
Okay.
I was thinking that you approach from the front or the back. We take out the guard quietly, and then I will climb down, break the wire, and we will sneak it. Maybe I break the wire, then we attack the guard, and then we go inside.
We
Like
could try going.
coordinated.
We could try the underground method. There's a couple of routes in there.
Why did you not tell me this earlier? I would have checked.
Surprise you.
I mentioned that I sent like all the plans. It's like, well, how do you parkour underground?
The same
I
way,
jump anywhere?
quickly.
Quickly.
I
Well-
believe she still
Well,
climbs the
there are
walls.
routes. There's one from the next building, and I think there's another one that's blocked up
Oh,
somewhere.
okay, I'll be right back. So he just leaves. And it's going to reconnaissance the underground.
I
Not
order
yet.
a coffee so that when she gets back, she's got another coffee.
So Ziggy, the underground connection is actually to the apartment building, directly to the business front's right. It also has a keypad on the door, but it is just a normal keypad. There's nothing too fancy about this one. It looks like this is just a like an actual apartment building.
So
Sorry.
does the apartment building connect at all to the business?
It's an underground connection. There was an underground connection between the two.
There's like a tunnel.
Yep.
She
into the
runs
basement.
back. This is much easier to break into. You can do the hacking thing, yes?
Oh yes, keypad, easy.
Okay, let's go.
Is there anyone down there though?
Possibly they may have that entrance covered. Maybe the apartment
presume-
building is part of their system.
Perhaps, yeah. Jameer is like more underground passages and okie dokie.
Hmm.
I presume Ziggy didn't see a person down there.
You wouldn't have been able to see it from the front door. You'd actually have to go into the building to access the basement route.
Oh, okay.
1 second.
So there's a keypad into the building, and then we can get to the basement route, but we don't know where that is.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the apartment building now while they're discussing this.
Okay.
Okay.
When we were in the car, could that count as like a short rest or something?
Yeah, absolutely. It was actually like at least a 6-hour drive. If any of you guys were willing to switch off with Oxford, we could even call it a long rest. If you're willing to.
I'm not gonna let them drive the car. I'm just gonna
Could
take
it
a
be a long rest for us, but not for him?
Correct.
Aha.
I'm gonna roll 2 hit die.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm back at full health, but it does cost me 2 hit die.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I go up to the apartment building. Are there any open windows?
Open windows. Yeah, this is the apartment building next to it is 2 stories tall. On the second story, there is an open window.
I'm gonna climb up to the open window.
All right. Roll acrobatics for me, or athletics, whatever you like to try. I don't know if you want to parkour it or just straight up climb.
Haven't been watching enough. Don't
So
ignore your
you're-
social media, man.
You're able to grab at like the bars of the balcony, but you just can't hold on. You slip and fall back down to the ground.
Okay.
Fortunately, it's not that long of a fall. No six
Also,
story.
slow fall. I can use my reaction to reduce fall damage.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna just press the buzzer for each apartment in turn, and then whenever someone answers, I'm gonna go, "Hi, I'm here to read the meter."
Hello,
Oh, hello. I'm here to read your meter.
my meter, which I already got the new sticks for the meter. My sugars are fine.
Ah, yes. I'm just here to check that the sticks are fine. Don't worry, it will only take a second.
Oh, roll persuasion for me.
Come on. Please, this would be beautiful.
11?
Dungeon World. It would be a good one, right?
Well, this thing has been on the fritz lately. I'll buzz you in, and you hear a buzz on the door. Hear the lock slap open, and you are free to enter the building.
Okay, I enter the building, and I text the group, say, I hacked the door.
I hacked.
I respond in like hacked.
In a matter of speaking.
Is this for the? This is the building next door.
Correct.
Okay. How does that help us
Well, I
get
guess
into
we're
the
in there.
other door?
There's a tunnel in the basement.
Oh,
on
in the
floor.
basement. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I head
Oh,
on.
right.
Set off then, and we set off, and like we're just grumbling. Like, I mean, it's just a keypad. I can unlock 10 of those before breakfast. I don't see what.
It seems your friend has learned a little bit from hanging out with you, eh? And Jimmy just watched forward, like he's so impressed by the fact that he did hack that, or hack the keypad.
You all find very interesting ways to get in buildings. I usually just use the most direct route. I would have pretended to be one of the delivery people. But I suppose this can work.
Hey, as long as the door gets open, I guess it does not matter how it is. Opened.
So I guess we're following him into the building.
Okay.
As they get to the door, like, I just open the door for them.
Wow.
Just
Yep.
like
I don't suppose any of you know anything about boilers, do you? The woman on the second floor has a boiler that's on the fritz.
Do you explain everything else that she said?
Nope.
No.
Wait, you said about what? About like, oh, boilers.
boiler's not really my area.
Yeah, I don't really know too much.
Would any
Except
of
for
us
the
know?
fact that they
I
boil
think maybe
things?
I would. Is that like an int thing?
It would probably be more of a skill crafting thing, like if you had a toolkit or
In
something.
related skill crafting.
Yeah.
So it would be like a flat int for you, I guess.
Are you trained in HVAC systems?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean,
Well,
I almost
actually,
need that tool proficiency up at character creation, but
well, before I became an adventurer.
I think he's probably pretty good with HVAC systems, but not in the way that you need him to be.
No.
We had a situation in the past with an HVAC system. Let's be honest, you might not be the best in those.
There was that one time she was kind of loud, okay?
And you didn't you fall out of it?
Just a little.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Very minor falling.
A little
Alright,
bit.
I'm just saying. This is like a pre-mission.
Mm-hmm.
So Ziggy will also continue walking to presumably wherever the door to the basement is. Is there anyone who would stop them?
No, the hallway's totally empty. This looks like it's just a little access hallway. There's mailboxes to one side. It's just, a common area for the residents. At the other end of the hallway, there's a door to an alley leading out, out back to an alley, and directly to the right of that, there's one that's marked basement.
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
She will open the door and go down.
Okay.
Does it explode?
It does. Oh God.
As you walk down,
Everything else has, so
I know,
Just
right? You
assume.
got to check it.
once it gets close to the end of the show, it's like
Something's
going
gonna
to be
blow up.
explosions.
so down here, there's a whole bunch of cleaning supplies just lining different racks. You see a bunch of mops and some repair equipment. Looks like it's just a general maintenance area for the apartment staff. Over to one side, there is a like a depression in the wall that clearly looks like it's trying to hide the access to the other one, but fortunately your passive perception is high enough that you notice it. And right above that, there's a camera that's stuck to the wall looking at that wall.
Is there any way to get around the camera?
It's pointed at the wall, so you can get behind it without
It's like the wrong way.
She'll wait till Virgil shows up and be like, can you, because if not, and then she takes out a spray paint can and just shakes it a few times. I have it.
I can sort this.
Okay. She puts the can
Right,
away.
I'm going to look for a wireless network that the building might be on.
Yep.
Just in
There's
case.
a strong wireless network that you can presume is the building that you're in.
So the apartment building?
Can Jimmy just like take out his crossbow and just shoot the thing?
I guess I
Love
can
it.
try and
She's a-
but what probably is better is if we hack it and then loop
See
footage or
it?
something.
All right. Oh, he won't do it. He won't. Yeah. Gotta keep them bones.
So I'd imagine the apartment building wouldn't be connected to that camera, right? It would be on a separate network connected to the next building along.
Well, you'd have to connect to it to find out.
Yeah, you have to hack to find out. You can make assumptions though.
Does
Oh, boy, don't-
I'm just gonna right, okay.
Does the
Never.
camera look like the
I'm
cheap,
gonna-
crappy ones that belong to this building?
I'm gonna walk up to behind the
It
cameras
is-
so it still can't see me and do the magical connect with my brain thing. So I'm
Okay.
connected to that and then whatever that's connected to.
Okay. Roll a hacking connection for me
Okay.
with advantage.
Oh, okay, I'll roll it again.
21's pretty good though.
You don't even need it though.
Let's see if you crit.
Yeah, that's probably
13.
fine. 21's good.
So you're able to connect just fine, and the camera is written in Skippy, so it's nothing too troubling for you. What you do notice is this thing is connected to an access point, also through Skippy, but the access point is sending information to a router on the network using Domain OS.
I have that too.
Okay. In order to get into that router, it's going to take another hacking attempt, this time without advantage.
All right. No, I can't use my script because I'm doing it magically. Natural 20, 25.
It's pretty magical. Yeah.
All right.
Who needs help? Got my brain.
This particular router connects you into a network that you've never seen security this good on a non-governmental router before.
Okay, I got a 20 then.
Shit.
You're able to you can disable the camera or even replace it with a false image from where you are.
All right. I start doing that. Everyone's watching, and I've got like the USB around my neck is lit up, and my eyes are glowing blue a bit. And I'm looking at things they can't see. Like, yep, this is definitely what we're looking for. This is not a simple business. They're up to something, and they don't want anyone to know it.
As you're doing it, do your irises circles for loading screen?
Like buffering. That'd be crazy.
The other thing that you notice is they have a whole bunch of IPs reserved for what looks like data storage servers that aren't currently active. So you can probably safely assume that they've got devices that are kind of like hot swappable that they use this connection for mostly outbound connections. Once you check the router logs, nothing's really coming in for the most part.
So it seems that they have access to lots of data.
Hmm.
That's nice.
Check the outbound
Virgil
log.
likes this.
Check the outbound log. Last time that there was a bombie.
I guess I look for that. Like,
Okay.
yeah, they might be sending the signals from here.
You do see the signals go out, but it would require some extreme tracking on your end to find out where they're going. You can roll another hacking attempt to see if you can find where they're going to. They're using a lot of proxies. They're bouncing them all over Europe.
So it does seem like they might be controlling the bombies from here.
It doesn't look like they're controlling the bombies from here. What you're seeing outbound are communications, and they're very simple communications. Most of the inbound connection seems to be feeds from various cameras, feeds from other servers off their network, mostly commercial. Everything going out, however, is simple communication. It almost like encrypted SMS, it would look like to you. It doesn't seem like it would be long enough to give complex instructions to like a biological organism.
I'm just like mumbling everything that I'm finding to everyone as I go. Communications are simple. I could attempt to track them, but it'll be difficult. If I was to disconnect from this system, would I have to make another roll to reconnect to it?
Yes, you're actually, if you want to
Right.
disconnect from the system, you'll have to successfully exfiltrate.
So
They have
what I then
active-
say,
Sorry?
so what I then say is like, okay, the camera is sorted. It's got a looping image. I would like to maintain this connection. If I lose it, I may not be able to regain it.
Okay.
How do you propose that you continue?
I can do that fairly easily. Just it's a limited amount of time. I can only do this for so long. Just so you know, if we want to do something, we should get it done within the next about 40 minutes.
Silencer. Silencer.
Oh.
Cracks knuckles loudly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I need to maintain concentration to keep this
Titans
connection.
bandana. Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say, yeah, but it make you vulnerable, yeah. Oh,
It'll keep me a little occupied, yes.
well, we'll definitely have your back. Yes. Let's go.
There
And,
it
uh,
is.
Right,
Edgemere.
I guess we can move in. There might be people down there. Actually, can I access the camera feeds and look and see what is going on?
You don't see other cameras connected to this server.
Ah, damn.
Is it all? Well, the actual item itself was audio surveillance, right? Is there any
And I
sounds
know
or
that
anything?
I know that there are cameras outside the building, right? So I know that there must be another network somewhere.
Yeah, that's safe to assume.
This is the only camera I can see. Seems like the rest of the cameras are on some other network. You did say they're wired, so maybe we can just cut the wires.
I think that
Perhaps.
was the original plan, right?
They might see a camera go down on the network if you cut the wires. They are pretty good at the security thing, apparently.
Seems to be
Yes.
so.
Maybe a looping video might be the best.
The lack of camera feeds means I don't know what's on the other side of this door.
Well,
Um,
I think we're prepared for whatever may be.
There is only one way to find out.
So
Jimmy,
you
does like
guys
to
are
stretch them.
you
That's
guys are
only like-
staring right now at like a depressed brick facade.
My tattoo on my hand is forming a little ball of fire.
Oh, that's a new trick.
Can
And
I
then-
like continue
Jimmy.
to go along it to see if there's like an obvious crack or depression? Like how durable is this?
So as you go up and you begin to manipulate the bricks, you can feel your hand like sink through them, and the illusion of the brick like flickers through your hands
Ooh.
as your hand just goes straight through the wall.
Is there any sort of like
Nifty.
Yeah.
lock or anything?
I'm sorry?
Is there like a lock or keypad or anything that you can feel?
No, it doesn't feel like anything.
It's an illusion.
It just feels
the
like
door's an
open.
illusion.
Jimmy
that I
asks
literally
Felicity,
went
like,
straight to.
have you ever seen anything like this before?
I'm gonna stick my
I
head
can
through
make
her
something
claw.
like
She just
that.
goes through.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Jameer says, "Have you ever seen anything like this before?" As like half of Ziggy's body is through it, and this is like completely gone.
Well, I'm
What
not
did you
sure,
say?
but I believe the term is we're on.
Yes. Yes. Well, let us proceed.
And when he asks that, I think I can make like a little trinket or something. I'm gonna make like a little trinket instead.
Okay.
But I think it's just an illusion, right? So I'm like, I can make something like that, and I make a door, like a little tiny door, and yeah, like a little tiny. I just go like this, and all of a sudden you see like a door form in the side, inside my hand, and I'm like, see?
Oh. It's like he claps his hands, and it's like, oh. But Ziggy's probably like completely all the way through by now.
Yeah, she's already on the other side.
It's like, oh.
I believe we stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, let's-
Roll a group stealth check for me. Everybody roll.
Group stealth.
Okay.
My
First
favorite
Everybody
thing,
kind of
hold
stuff.
supposed to be
hands.
good at this.
Everybody
I'm
hold
really
hands
bad at
now.
this.
Good.
Hold hands now. Buddy system.
8. But I can go
Nice.
invisible if needs be.
I know, right? Jameer literally just like, whew, what is he? Puts himself against the wall and becomes one with the wall?
You just stand behind Felicity and you can't. No
I
one
literally.
sees.
That's my stealth.
It's true. Halflings
So
can
she-
just
in the
hide
middle of
behind
the-
other people.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, that's gonna be it too.
All
That's
right,
the funny part, because like you didn't really roll that high either. So that that's what we're gonna do then.
So inside of this corridor, the brick is like extremely worn. It's actually just a plain dirt floor.
Mhm.
As you get about halfway down, it's like pitch black down here. Anybody without dark vision, like you guys are just
Yep.
feeling your way around.
I still have this.
Oh yeah.
Racial
That I've been waiting.
I
My
made
favorite
sure
part.
I was asking you to like ask for them back, and I would be like, "No, the monitor broke them."
I forgot
No one
about
asked.
those. So
So
they
I
are
was-
now yours.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jameer has one too, right?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Yeah, the
My
shamrock
elf
glasses.
eyes see.
Your
I
elf
can see
eyes.
mine.
At the end of the hallway, it looks like just a simple piece of sheet metal has been put up against the entrance
Hmm.
or exit to the corridor.
Do I see camera?
No cameras in this hall.
Ziggy walks all the way up to the sheet metal and like feels around, looks around for any lock, opening, hinge, mechanism.
It-
And her hand gets
like-
eaten.
If you give it a little bit of a push, there's nothing actually holding it in place. It's just like laid up against the wall there.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover the piece of metal in case someone's on the other side. As soon as she opens it, like I'm gonna be like braced.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Right? Yeah. Jameer's just like aiming. He's in like prone position.
Ziggy will like get her hands
Like-
around and just sort of like stabilize it so it doesn't, as much as she can, so it doesn't just completely fall over, and slowly push it enough that she can look around it.
Okay. Roll perception for me, Ziggy.
Yes. Please don't do terribly.
May the rose be with you.
All right.
Oh no!
So you begin to move this piece of sheet metal aside.
I'm holding my flame.
Zig.
Confident this is trapped, the boulder begins rolling towards her. I rolled a nat one.
Run!
Just
Yeah,
so
that was,
you're
that
all
was a
aware.
natural one. I'm sorry for those of you listening and
Ouch.
watching. Natural
Ziggy.
one. You slide
But
this
at least
thing
it was natural.
actually
Terrorist,
very
yeah.
quietly too. And inside you see it's got like a set of 2 crates like the ones you've seen leave and enter off to one side. Everything else is pretty much bare except there's a couple of cases stacked up against the wall. It looks like the stuff you saw actually inside of the theater. That's
Like
similar-
the equipment, the like.
yeah, like
equipment.
like high grade equipment crates.
Hmm.
Huh. Like they are the same ones from the theater?
Not the same ones, no, just similar in style.
Style. Okay.
Z didn't see anything that would kill her in the room, so she's going to sneak in quietly
Okay.
and trigger
So
the.
quiet.
You were able to do so.
And I now perceive if we're all going in.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
We're going in.
May I roll
Okay.
perception?
Follows behind as well.
you
Yeah.
may.
And can I like tap him? What?
Oh my God.
Nothing wrong
Come
with
on,
that,
guys.
What? Do we all need to roll?
Yeah,
Can I do one as well, just to with like
Yeah,
I get my
anybody
laser
is-
sight.
Is actively
Glasses.
trying to watch what you guys are doing. Go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Jameer like
I
squints his
think
eyes.
We all.
Okay. I was hoping
Oh
we
my
all fail
God.
because that would be the funniest thing.
Yeah, Jameer like
Oh.
squints his eyes like
Natural
crazy
20.
too.
16,
That was
21.
5 dice rolled, 3 of them crits of one kind or another.
Damn.
That's crazy.
22, 21, and 16.
22, 21, and then a 4 and a 6
Yeah.
So
Like
the
our
one-
two observant characters going
that are
for
in the front. Like,
nothing.
Ouch.
Felicity and Jameer, what you guys will notice is there's a like right above where you're walking in through, there's a little PVC pipe that is actually like drilled through the roof, so that if you're in the room above where you guys are now, you can actually look down into it. It doesn't seem like anybody is looking down it. It doesn't seem like anyone has noticed you, but there's that little. It's like somebody literally just shoved a PVC pipe through the floor. It's really odd.
it's like a periscope. Thing.
Almost, yeah.
Someone put a pipe down there. When we look down, we see people in it.
We don't see anything yet.
You look up,
It's
right?
it's in the
But-
roof.
Oh,
Where-
yeah.
on top.
So like if they look down, they could see into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But Jameer's probably not tall enough to look through himself.
Yeah, I'm like,
You wouldn't
So-
be able to put your head through it. It's only about fist sized in diameter.
Oh, okay.
okay. When I look up, can I see what's in it?
It's literally just a straight shot into the room above. Like
Okay,
you can
so
see like a fluorescent light and some of those like replaceable ceiling tiles up there.
Okay.
Wait, do our
Is-
mobiles thinner than fist size, right?
Yep.
Is anyone in the space? Is anyone near where it goes up?
You don't know it's there, Oxford.
Yeah.
You can't hear
Oh,
anything.
yeah, I don't
Yeah, you
know.
don't see it. You don't see a thing.
Is
Yeah.
is anyone like underneath it, kind of where it's at?
Probably me and Ziggy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind
They
of
probably.
move them off to the side and be like,
What?
I think they might be watching from above, so we should probably.
That's low tech.
Yep.
I don't
Be
think that's a good
careful.
idea. What if they see it?
They don't know that we are here yet.
Well, if he's shoving his umbrella up there.
I was talking to
Well,
MacGyver.
concerned.
Unless you
Virgil?
do it very carefully, but
Then don't turn on the lights. In here. Ziggy takes one of Jameer's bandanas, just like yoinks it off of him,
somebody finally.
pulls it up, and just shoves it in the hole.
Okay.
Well, Virgil, if you want to make me invisible, or you want to be invisible yourself, feel free and hand him the umbrella.
She may stand on like Oxford's shoulders without asking his permission. She gets up there.
I like hold her ankle to brace her.
Sneakily.
I don't think
When
that's a
Oxford
good
asks
idea.
that, Virgil, like, he's holding, like, the USB around his neck. He's like, busy. Maintaining the connection still. If at any point, like, I know the connection's gonna be broken, then I will just try, like, to hack the coolest looking thing in the network.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, perhaps if
Maybe
Fix the problem.
Ziggy, can you hear anything up there?
Oh. She tries to listen through the wadded bandana.
Maybe pull the bandana out a little bit.
I think we should put the bandana in there. If they are looking down, they're probably gonna be suspicious if it.
They will see darkness.
It's true. There's no light on.
perhaps there's a black bandana. Unless you picked the yellow one out of my
Some
bag,
of
which
us
I
can
never
s-
use.
Some of us can see in the darkness.
This is true.
Yeah,
Fine.
it's-
She takes it away. It's a short-term solution, and tries to listen.
Nice.
Wow, Siggy.
24.
Use those ears and forget the eyes.
Significantly better.
Just
So you actually do hear some footsteps coming. It doesn't sound like it's in the room directly above you, just another room that one happens to be connected to. You hear a door open and close, open and close, open and close. You hear some people like shoving things across the floor. You can assume some furniture or something. And then just progressively it gets quieter and quieter until you just hear like one last set of footsteps walking around, and then the door closes on its own again. And then it's quiet.
There doesn't sound like there is anyone in there. If she looks around really quickly, does she see any other of these like tubes or pipes that people might be monitoring with?
No more on the ceiling of the basement.
Okay. This, I think we're okay right now. So we should look around this room quickly and quietly, and then get upstairs, where there are people and they are walking around.
sounds like a plan to me.
All right, we are quickly looking around.
I am quickly holding Ziggy from falling over.
Okay. So down here there are the 2 crates, and then there's the set of equipment cases along the wall as well. So what are you guys gonna crack open first?
Mm,
You go for the equipment case.
Okay.
So you'll probably go for the regular cases, the ones that are getting delivered, because that seems...
I'm going to watch the far door and hold an action to shoot anyone coming through it.
Okay. So the only other door that you can really see right now is the one up at the top of the stairs leading down to the basement. So far, it's been quiet. Let's do Ziggy first then. Ziggy, as you open up these crates, there's a whole bunch of padding, like a bunch of cotton swabs just like thrown in here. But down at the bottom, you see 2 things. One is a finely crafted dwarven watch. And in the other one, the crate actually has, it's like a golden plated desk phone. That, like, when you hold it up, it's actually got like gears along the side of it that look like they would actually do something.
A desk what?
Like a desk phone.
Phone, as in
Telephone.
Ring it
mushy
in.
mushy?
Yeah. Moshi moshi. Hi, dwarf desk.
What?
She like
I like
pulls
that
them
that's
both
where
out
you
of the
both
crate.
went. Like, what?
What the fuck?
I could do with a new
The
watch.
customers have rich tastes.
Okay. And she just buries them back in the crates, closes them up.
So the equipment cases, they actually have simple locks on them. So in order to crack them open, you'll either have to break them or lockpick.
I believe I can lock pick. Let me just check if I actually I have like
Thieves'
thieves
tools?
tools and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
you can
okay.
lockpick.
yeah, let's go for that then. Do I have to do anything special for it or no?
Yeah, they should be under your equipment. You can click on them and hang on, let me look at your character sheet real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, down at the bottom left, you'll see tool proficiencies and custom skills. Just click on thieves tools for me.
I guess before Ziggy would
Oh,
come away,
got you. Yep.
she'd show them to Felicity.
Normal as well.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Now Jameer's just like that's his thing. He's just like, going in on it.
Yeah, I could do detect magic, I guess.
Oh,
If
Jameer
we
says that. I found.
think we need that, or identify.
Up to you.
Jameer hasn't
so
picked a lock in ages.
inside of
goes
these
for it.
cases, what you'll find, there's 4 in total. 2 of them have small pistols, as well as 3 magazines worth of ammunition. The other 2 have a set of grenades in them. There's 2 fragmentation grenades and 2 stun grenades.
Ooh.
Tell
Okay.
Ziggy.
Take those.
Yeah.
things.
I'm gonna let them know and say, hello. And I'm gonna look at Oxford first and say, hello, this might be a bit of an upgrade for you. And he shows him the 2 pistols as well as the ammunition. He throws him the 2 pistols first. Hope they're not loaded.
He's just gonna have like 500 pistols. He doesn't ever reload. He just grabs another pistol.
He's like Devil May Cry Reaper. Yeah, perfect. Dante
throws him down.
Throw it. Grab another one.
and then
Can I make
he
some
picks
sort of test to assess the pistols.
to see if they're better than his, or I don't know. Perhaps I don't know.
They're on par with what you've got
Okay, and
in
then
terms of quality.
Pistols, though, not large pistols.
and then he takes the
Correct,
grenades
small
out, and I'm gonna pocket one of the. You said it was a stun grenade or a concussion?
There are 2 stun grenades and 2 fragmentation grenades.
2 fragmentations. All right. Well, I'm gonna take one of the stun grenades, and then tell to the rest of the team and say, "Hey, I found some other explosives." And before he acts like he throws them, he doesn't though. And then it's just like, anyone?
It's messed up.
I'll take some.
All
I
right,
make my
and
own
then
explosions.
and then
So
yeah, he'll show them. He'll show them to Ziggy, one of each. All right, and then I'll take the last fragmentation grenade too.
Oh, I don't get one.
Oh, did you want one?
I said I'd take one.
Jameer's like just doing it back and forth like it. Then he gives it over.
And I guess while that's all going on, I will detect
So I'll take the stun.
magic.
Okay.
Magic. Okay.
So I'm just kind of. While they're all doing their
Grenade.
like searching at that same time, prior she has like a tattoo of like an eye on her arm, and the eye starts glowing, and then it forms into like in front of her, and all you see is like the glowing of this eye that's on front of her face.
Okay.
So I gave you a frag grenade, by the way, Oxford, just to clarify.
You don't detect any magic in the immediate vicinity of the basement. However, you feel a magical source up above you on the first floor.
Okay.
So the watch and the phone that are really gaudy are not magical.
No, it doesn't appear they are.
Just gaudy. Okay.
But
Okay.
something up there is catching my eye.
Well, we all deserve to get something, so
The
I
next door.
believe. Yep, door number 2.
No. Unless anyone wants to take these.
I
The
believe I'm
golden
going to be
watch?
okay. I
How
should
heavy
be.
is the golden phone? Not the watch, but the golden.
The golden phone, it probably weighs a good 6 or 7 pounds. It's not
Question, are there
light.
any like fancy little bits sticking off of it?
I'm just gonna break it.
The gears. You probably snap some of the gears off the
gears?
side.
Do they look potentially worth money?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You can kind of tell it's probably gold plated. It's not going to be solid gold, but you know it's worth something.
The watch she pockets. It's pocket watch now.
I was about to say, like,
It's a pocket watch. Ah.
Virgil takes like a brief look at the phone just to be like, just to check if it's just a phone or
It's
if there's
just a
anything weird
phone.
about it. Well, if Felicity says it in like a magical sense, Virgil's like, I wasn't looking for magic.
Hmm. What are you
Roll an
looking
investigate
for?
check for me.
Doesn't it have to be plugged in or something?
It was just like an initial look of like turning it over, trying to open up the back or whatever.
There's like 2 AA batteries in there, or
So
9 volt.
so what you can tell is this.
Phone?
This is in like
Yeah,
at
that's what
this
they used
point,
to have, right?
piece of technology. Like it actually has an access point for a twisted pair cable connection into the back of it, and the phone itself, the ringer in the middle, it actually seems like the gears work that ringer. So this is a very finely made antique piece of equipment that you don't know who on earth would ever use something like this now.
Wow, is it sad that I was thinking antique as like an actual like cordless phone from like the 90s?
So was this stored in like a crate like the other stuff that they've been getting delivered or whatever?
Presumably.
Is this
Yeah.
just it's like I don't know what possible purpose this could serve if this is just a front for the whole bomb thing, then my only guess is that maybe there's a bomb hidden in this.
I think they
Well,
also
Haven't you
said-
just taken it apart? Can't you
Make
tell what's in it?
Well,
Hey,
you
you
can
don't-
make very small bombs.
You don't find any explosive material inside of
Okay.
the
They're
innards.
bringing crates here, and then the same crates are leaving. Presumably, they are smuggling antiques, and they're replacing the antiques in the crates with bombs.
That
Or
sounds
maybe
more like
similar.
it.
They have some
Yeah.
portion which is a legitimate business, which is classic for the front, for the illegitimate business.
Fair enough. And I put the phone back.
I'm with Ziggy on this.
Yep. It wouldn't be the first time that a company has posed as a front for another thing.
Have you even met a company that is not a front?
Well, I'm.
Ziggy poses as she walks to the other door.
Yeah. But it's
I
kind
was
of.
about to
They're
say,
locked.
like the tailor
Is
shop I
the-
worked at. I was like, wait a minute, that
My
was...
eye's not
Nah.
detecting any magic that's in this door, but it's up
It's like
above,
above us,
right?
yeah.
Correct. Yep. Seems like it's up above.
Right.
So there's a door, but you also said there was another one that goes like upstairs, or is this the door that leads upstairs?
It's the door that leads upstairs, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm
it's,
gonna
it's a
cover
door
Ziggy.
at the top of a set of stairs. So
Right.
there's stairs going up to the first floor and like a solid door that you can't see through.
Okay.
The first floor or the British first floor?
The ground floor on this building.
Okay. So
The
it's the
one
ground
at
floor. It's not the first
level.
floor.
Floor number 1.
Just saying, because that gives a totally different picture of what's happening.
Mhm.
We need a new
Did
system.
not think about that.
Good call, though.
All right,
Okay.
so Ziggy's
Ziggy
going
goes
first.
I'm gonna cover Ziggy all the way.
Yeah, I'm. Well, actually, I can't do anything. I have my detect magic on.
Usually Ziggy takes point. That seems to be the normal strategy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because she doesn't have range.
It's like,
So she
All right.
better engage them melee.
yeah, I'll be covering as well.
Cool. She's gonna go to the door. Ziggy will try and open it. Does she need to pick it?
No, this door is not locked. You can crack it open.
Alright.
You do notice, though, there is a keypad and biometric to the right of the door.
But it is not locked.
It is not locked.
Fascinating. She will note, this is meant to be a trap.
Yay!
And then opens the door. Doesn't say anything
Virgil-
else.
Yeah, Virgil at the back of the party. Good luck.
So
Make sure you don't want to check that.
as you poke through the front door, or not the front door, the basement door, you see a rather large elliptical table with a whole bunch of chairs sitting around it, and at the far end there's a tall backed chair and a TV screen showing a couple current news feeds.
So it's not leading into stairs going up.
This leads
did-
into like the guard
Well,
room.
we
where the
went
guard-
up. We
We
went
went
like
up.
upstairs and
you
then
went
opened the door.
upstairs, and then the
Okay.
door is at the top of the stairs.
Okay, this
So
is the top
you
of
have,
the stairs.
you've just opened that door, and what you see, it looks almost like a meeting room of sorts.
Can I tell if there's anyone in the chair?
Peeking underneath, it looks like there's a couple of legs dangling from the bottom. Yep.
a couple of legs, not a couple of sets, so it's just one person.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Two legs.
A couple as in two. It's not
There
like an
are
octopus. It's not an
5 million
octopus.
legs.
One leg.
Do they appear to have
Never know.
noticed Ziggy?
Yeah. Okay, not an octodad.
Not yet, no.
Does she ask or does she go?
That's a question that only Ziggy can
That's
answer.
What would Ziggy do?
Only Ziggy can
What would
answer.
Ziggy do moment?
WWZD.
I think they
And now we'll see you
clarified
next
their
week on
intent as
Roll
far
for
as they
It.
can.
That's when.
So she wants to. Oh, fuck. I think she's just gonna book it across the room and try and knock him out. Or
Goodness.
hit him.
Okay, as I see her booking, I'm just gonna still cover her across the room.
So I'm
Okay.
going to I think I'll probably just use I'm gonna just step of the wind. So I'm gonna go straight into spending a key point to use dash as a bonus action.
Okay.
And just dash straight across the room.
yeah,
and
you'll
then-
have plenty of distance then.
That that gives me the 2 attacks. So then I go in and make 2 attacks, which should give me I'm moving at least 10 feet.
Yep.
Across the room? Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's probably
then,
about 20, 25 feet away.
I can make an unarmed melee attack provided that I've moved at least 10 feet. So I think that gives me 3 attacks.
Yep.
Okay. And then
Judo chop him.
You beat the crap out of them, and you find it was like a little girl sitting there.
and I gain advantage.
It's like bring your kid to work day.
So she peeks open the door, she looks down, she sees these legs, and then she kind of glances back and just dashes across the room very quickly and just lays into the person.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jameer gets out of
That's
prone
still
position.
standing, I'm taking my shot at the end of this.
Like the quarterstaff comes out and like extends, and she smacks the first one and then goes in the second one, and then the third one's just
And it's her mom.
Oh.
So, like, you
presuming
go up,
she doesn't recognize the person before she hits them.
you put your hand on the side of the chair and start to spin it a little bit to wheel him around.
And he's already dead.
There's a dwarf.
Oh.
And then as you take your first swing through, you don't feel the familiar thud of like organic material. It hits the back of the chair, and you see the dwarf start to smile back at you. And he says, please sit down.
In which case, I guess I take my held shot because the dwarf is still up, and I don't see the dwarf go down. So I go.
Ziggy, you see a bullet just like shoot through the back of the chair.
Where is the door, the exit door to the room?
The exit door, there are 2 exits. One on the left of you now that goes down toward the basement where you were before. The other is like a simple wooden door that goes to the right, but you're not
She's
sure.
going to continue onto the door. She's not going to try and sit down.
Okay. You can make it over towards the door. That's probably going to be all your movement with dash, though. And then you fling that open, and you see just a row of several cubicles and desks that are just sitting inside of this room. Looks like almost like a little call center.
Are they empty?
They are empty. Yep.
Okay. She's going to drop down at that point and try and like sneak up and just like try and get as stealth as possible.
Okay.
None of us know what happened with the dwarf. It's still sitting there in the chair.
He's just chilling. He's smiling. He's like, yeah, what's up?
The chair, I assume, just spins around. The dwarf tells her to sit down, and she just like continues moving to a door, flings it open.
Seeing that, I'm gonna go after Ziggy because I meant to be covering her, and I'm gonna just turn around and be like, "Someone check on the dwarf."
Jameer's just gonna walk in and just be like, "Yeah, hello."
You
just say like, "Hi."
He waves at you a little bit and says, "Please come in, take a seat."
Jameer's gonna sit down and kick his feet on the table.
He does a pretty good job hiding in the other room.
And be like, "Yep, you."
Retracts the staff and just...
I run in behind you, and I'm just gonna like get into the corner next to you and
this
be like,
scene is crazy.
Have you met the dwarf before?
I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna sit down and put my feet on the table and say, "I'd like to introduce you to my friends."
Yeah. Felicity version. What are you guys doing?
So you like grab the edge of a table and is slid under like 3 rows of desks.
I'm imagining the visual and how amazing it must look right now because it's like he's like, and then like Oxford is like, I'm just looking for my friend, and then Jameer just like sits down, kicks his feet up, and is just like, yeah, I'm pleased to meet you. I'd like to.
I'm hearing like a conversation happening now in the next room. I'm like, there was a fight. It's a what? Oh, okay. And I disguise self before I step in the room and work out what the hell's going on.
And then I'll actually say, yes, we're here to check your meters.
Interesting.
Oh my god, that's your story you're going with?
And your tiefling friend, is she here as well?
I'm gonna be stealthing as well.
Is she stealthed?
Okay.
Then I say, who?
I was thinking about going invis.
You should.
That's
if you don't want
to be for stealth.
I was thinking about using my invisibility spell, but I was like, is it worth it? I don't know.
You can't see me.
Yeah, you can't
like
see
look
me.
over at you before stealth as you like landly packets or something on the floor, and you're like, can't see me now.
Oh god.
This is amazing.
I should have probably used invisibility, but I didn't. So
Alright.
a 4.
I step confusedly through the door as a lanky-looking human.
Okay. And the dwarf is going to say, greetings. My name is Gregor. On behalf of TISO, it's TIISO.
I'm glad he spelled that out for us. That was really helpful for tracking him down.
Welcome. We're very impressed that you managed to find our facility. Not the first time it's happened, unfortunately. We've dealt with adventurers for centuries at this point. You're troublesome, annoying, dangerous, but usually well-intentioned. This is nearly over now. I think we can manage from here. And in the other room, Oxford, you can hear him speaking pretty clearly. TISO, you would recognize, is it's a governmentally sponsored covert ops organization that works for the Dwarven Gathering of Clans. They're basically your equivalent, but for dwarves.
Oh dear. So they're basically like a governmental, like quasi-governmental organization that do like their deniable ops as well as their like more.
Yep.
Is their version of Ventures?
Their version of the British Harpers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But slightly more militarist.
Does Virgil and Oxford recognize this person?
Like
the name of this
Oxford, you probably would. Can you roll a just a knowledge history check for me?
I know I wouldn't, but an old lady named Hilda might remember this person.
Ooh.
All right. The name is like striking a bell in the back of your mind, but you can't really recall why.
Oh, it's him.
Wow.
So, on behalf of the whole agency, we'd like to apologize that we weren't able to track down the professor prior to him injuring your friend. However, on the table, and he points to a small box sitting there, that is the receiver to the coin that has embedded itself in his back. I don't know that it will help, but it's yours to take if it stands a chance of helping him in any way. We appreciate your efforts, and we understand you're on the right side of things, but... And then he leans back into the chair and says, we're going to have to keep you lot on ice for a while we take care of this threat.
Do
And
I
then
think I'm stealthed still?
Oh, absolutely. You think that you're stealthed.
Okay.
And
I'm not going to speak up.
You hear a locking mechanism in the door that you guys came up just clank shut. And Oxford and Ziggy, you hear the same thing at the opposite end of the office that you're in right now. And
Ziggy's sneaking around underneath the tables. She's not going to make herself known.
all right. I think this is actually a good place to end it here. We're over now. And I think this is for next week.
Virgil, Oxford, as you get this, you just get a text message going, "Shh, I'm sneaking."
I send one back saying, okay, this should help. And I pull out another pen, click it, and throw it into the center of the room, and the room fills with smoke.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Virgil just stood across the table from this dwarf with his arms folded, looking very confused and
I'm
annoyed.
thinking you're going to have to hack that other door at the other end
Yeah.
for us to get out.
Jameer is just like probably still drunk from the car ride.
I like that
Because,
Jameer's
like,
sitting at the
2015
table with the dwarf.
I know,
Yeah.
right? He's the only
While
one.
the rest of
only
us
person-
are like being
Well, I think Virgil
ninjas.
did too, right?
Being ninjas.
Uh-huh.
Virgil's
It was
just-
only after,
Virgil's
but it was
just-
only after the fact that everything happened. Like as a result of that.
Are you being
Virgil
Nate
stood
right
at the
now?
end of the table. What?
Are you being Nate?
No.
You should be someone like that we've met. 'cause
Oh
it-
right, like with disguised self. No,
Yeah.
I just pick random faces every time. I got like go through a database and like pick one at random. That is my
Those
height.
four people in the database. You know how many of them have been killed because you keep impersonating them?
We can only
Well,
they do
it's
a,
at least
they do a
not me.
autopsy.
Yeah, like are holograms a thing in the year 2050?
They are. This seems to, and Felicity, you would recognize this. It seems like this dwarf is an illusion. That's why Ziggy didn't get the familiar thud as she hit the
So it looks magical, because otherwise Virgil will be like, I want to hack this, I want to mess with it, I want to find out where it's coming from.
Right.
You give him a moustache.
I can give him a moustache. I can definitely give him a moustache.
Mustache.
There you go.
I can do a little thaumaturgy or prestigious and give him a moustache. All right.
All right then.
You're gonna wrap it up here, I guess,
Yep.
Q.
Mhm.
All right. We'll have to see what
wrap it up here for
happens
this week.
as smoke fills the room.
This is not a
And-
real explosion.
Our party has been chatted with via an illusionary dwarf who's locked us into a room.
Nice.
Been bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Nice.
But before we kind of say our farewells and go record our after show, we just want to do some quick plugs. I don't know if Bentham or E can look up and see if we got any donations, but while they're looking that up, you guys, if you'd like to support us and you enjoyed watching this show and you had a good time, check us out at patreon.com/roll4it, where you can support us. That kind of is how we pay all of our cast members. We're able to do some really crazy cool things on here due to that, so thank you to our amazing community. And not only do you help us make all of this content, but we also try to give back as much as we possibly can. We have a whole plethora of tiers that reward you in many different ways, whether that's with after shows for like the Observer tier, or beyond that, which is GM goodies and party goodies, as well as our hero tier, which gets to name NPCs and do other cool things. We have a newsletter that's going to be coming up soon for all of our hero tier plus peeps. So if you want to know all the insides and outs of what we what we do here on Roll4It as the admin team, you can also learn about that and what we have going on and going into the future. And if you want to support us, you can also support us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/roll4it. If you subscribe to the channel, you get some cool emotes. We have some more coming along the way. And, of course, you get some cool badges in chat, which are always nice. And there's other ways that you can support us if you can't support us in monetary means. The best way to support us is being here and watching the stream. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. We really appreciate it. And also you can just follow us. Give us a good follow on all of our social channels. You can check us out at Twitter and Facebook. Give us some love on all of those things. Retweet stuff. Subscribe on YouTube. And also don't forget to click the bell, because otherwise you won't get notified, because YouTube's
Even
weird.
then, apparently it doesn't work 100% YouTube.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And follow us on Twitch as well. So I think that's kind of covers all of those things. And I will do a quick round of letting everybody say who they are. Did we get any donations?
We got one tip, which was an offline tip,
What was it?
7 hours ago. What voice? What voice did you do this in? Russian?
Sure. Russian voice, go.
Black Swimmers tipped $25. So I listened to MP3s at work, and today I was listening to Cheese Quest episode 1, and I actually had to stop work for a moment because I was crying laughing when Frank read the nibble pages about the flat cat. Please keep producing such awesome shows. Thank you very much, Black Swimmers. $25.
Aw, thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Because, like, it's an offline tip. Like, people aren't looking for recognition. They're just
Also,
like,
someone tweeted us just recently, like today when we just started, I think it was Ilsa, tweeted us a picture of the flat cat, the tube cat, the catfish, and the cat, the flying cat. So I will retweet
I've
that.
downloaded that already for the fan art video.
It's pretty
I'm happy.
amazing. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to support us, and that is definitely amazing. Fan art is one of those things that we love.
Oh,
And
also,
without-
I should have mentioned this earlier. Twitch currently have a promotion, which
I don't know if it's still going.
Twitch Prime person. I think it's still going, right? Because it started yesterday.
I thought it was just for yesterday, but maybe it's still going.
Yeah,
Is it just yesterday? Or
it's still.
going?
I mean, when I look at my thing,
Yeah, it's
like
still
my Twitch
showing in
Prime
the thing. I thought it was just for one day, but yeah.
So if you're a Twitch Prime person, you don't have to be a subscriber or anything. You just have to have Twitch Prime. For 99 cents, you can get 500 bits. 500 bits, if you give it to a streamer, gives that streamer $5. So effectively, you are taking $4.01 from Amazon and giving it to the person of your choice. So I'm not saying that if you feel like tipping us, you should probably just get 500 bits for 99 cents if you got Twitch Prime and just give us 500 bits, because then 5 times your tip and you're taking away from Amazon to give to us. But if you feel like it, that's the
But
thing.
how will Seattle survive without all of the Amazon having all of the money?
Oh no, I can't believe it. I hope
I'm
Seattle
gonna
is going to be okay.
We got a
I'm
very
a
timely
target now.
cheer there, so thank you so much, Vulpes.
Nice. Well done.
And now we'll do our little outro so people can kind of say where you can find more of their content, because not only do all of us, not only are we all here on this channel, but because we stream here on Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. PDT, 6 p.m. BST. If you want to check out some of our other shows, we'll be back here on Saturday. But a lot of us do other things on the internets as well, so we hope that you guys will tune into those. So to start things off, we will start with Jameer, aka Tempo, when you're not being an adorable little halfling. What else are you doing with your life?
Wait, I'm
So much
old.
adorable in this today. Oh, today was an emotional one, but yeah, if you guys
Yeah, it
want
was.
to, it was good. It was good. But if you guys want to check me out, twitch.tv/tempo with the 0, Team Tempo on Twitter, and Team Tempo as well on Instagram. Those are my main things right now, so definitely check them out. Reviving the YouTube, so check that. You type in TEMP0. I'd like to
You need some more music on your YouTubes.
a lot more, yeah, and I want to also expand that to not. It seems to be mainly StarCraft for the most part, but I also have some Steam songs and random stuff. But I want to expand that in 2018 to actually encompass everything. RP as well. A lot of people don't even know that I roleplay too, so it's kind of cool.
By 2050, you will be the big D.
By 2050, yes, indeed.
Oh my gosh!
These
yes.
are dreams
We'll-
that I can
We can
aspire
totally
to.
play some of your music on here for the intro if you make some Big D music.
Yo,
Yes.
who wants to?
I'm
Who
so
wants to be
in.
my big D? I need a collaborating artist. Oh, okay. Never mind. Next person.
That's-
Let the next person
All right.
introduce.
Bentham.
Outro.
Bentham, how are you doing? And when you're not playing a orc, you're an orc, or is it a half orc? Is it a full orc?
Half
Half
orc.
Half orc.
half
It's a
orc.
half orc.
Okay. When you're not being a half orc, what are you doing with your life?
I'm usually playing Factorio in various places, because my name is Bentham and my channel is Mangleport Gaming, don't question it, and usually I'm playing Factorio and occasionally other things with various different combinations of people. One thing that's happening is that in 13 hours, I'll be live on the Peachy Pixel 8 Twitch channel, playing, I think, Viscera.
Gee.
We're going to be cleaning up someone else's horrific murdered mess.
Just so you know, Peachy was also mangling the pork during Vermintide, so
Yeah.
you might want to give him some shit for that.
He
Moving
was.
on.
He was.
Okay,
Enter Elysium, where
I was horrified.
Where
keep it
can
going.
people-
Next one.
where can people find you when you're not being the ever interesting Oxford?
Wait, say I'm not interesting all the time.
Yeah, no, we are.
Savage.
Right.
Oh,
Sunday, Imogen dies.
You write that on every week. I'm not afraid
I do.
anymore.
I just think
Uh-oh.
the pain. Hi.
Do
I'm
not
Nicholas. Check
do
me over
that.
at,
Do not tempt him.
Layla can watch.
No.
You can find me at youtube.com/ENTRE, where I'm currently playing Frostpunk, which is a post-apocalyptic frozen survival game. I've just recorded a load more episodes, and it goes fairly well. And I'm a good leader, authoritarian leader, right up until things
What are
happen.
you doing right
So,
now? Were you touching your...
things-
You were going like this.
No, I wasn't. The hands
That's
were
what it
like
looked
that.
like. You were like,
Oh,
until...
next one. Keep it going.
Next one. We've all done the foot and mouth thing.
Battletech will be coming out on my channel tomorrow. I've already played 80 hours of the game, so
She hasn't even said a word yet.
And yeah, you can also find me at twitch.tv/ENTRE, where I sometimes too mangle the pork.
Savages.
Lauren,
Okay.
save us when you're not
You
being...
can do it. No, we still got Keo.
I think
as
it's
well.
too late.
The
I don't think there's
concussed
anything that can save this.
Ziggy, where can people find you at?
My name's Random Tuesday. You can find me as Random Tuesday most places on the internet, Twitter and Twitch, and I guess YouTube and other things. You can find me on the other side of the table on Friday nights on Geekspace TV, or at the same side of the table also on Geekspace TV. So tomorrow night, come watch. It'll be a lot of fun. I play someone who does a lot more stabbing on Wednesday nights and a lot less punching.
Awesome. And Kyo, when you're not DMing this crazy group of people, what are you doing with your life?
Awesome.
Mangling pork in Minecraft. No, you guys can find me at twitch.tv.
I think I'll make some
If you want to
sausage.
join us for mangling pork, we're down. Like, just say.
I hate my
So yeah,
name.
twitch.tv/Kyocree and at Kyocree on Twitter. You can also find out more about Code 2050 at legendarypants.net. We have the full source reference document available for free on the website. And last week we announced we are actually going to be launching a Kickstarter for the core rule set next month.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy.
So, if one were to want to look out for when this Kickstarter might happen, when would someone have to look out for that?
It would be around May 1st. You would in fact be
Ooh.
watching for it.
All right, there you go. And if you guys want to find me, I'm at Margaret Crone in all the places, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all the things. I put out new videos every single day, whether there's gameplay or vlogging. You can check out all the things. And if you want to watch pork being mangled, you can go check it out on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/MargaretCronePlays. It's pretty freaking hilarious.
I mean, like your super cut, like it's cut down really nice and concisely. Like I've got the full thing just dumped on my other channel, which is Extra Elysium, and it's still funny, but you've just cut down for just mostly pork mangling goodness.
Yeah, it's all the
Nice.
funny bits of us being ridiculous. But yeah, you guys can check out all that stuff. I stream every day, and I'll be streaming tomorrow as well on twitch.tv/Lost Initiative Show if you want to check that out. So I think that wraps it up for us. We're going to go record a quick after show because we're running a little bit late today. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and, of course, watching the show. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us. And we will see you Saturday for another show. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.